Happy Traditional Thursday, everybody. We are back this week doing the French 75. We're actually going to do two different versions of this cocktail because it kind of had a metamorphosis in the 90s, and that's more of what you know about, which is what we're going to start with. Kind of the champagne cocktail served in the flute that you'll get at a lot of French restaurants. It'll be on a lot of brunch menus. Nothing wrong with this drink, of course, but it can be done better, and we're going to show you how it was originally intended to be done better. So this drink was created back in 1915. It was named after a ammunitions weapon. It was actually named after a 75 millimeter Gatling gun. Basically, this drink is named after a howitzer because it was done at a bar, Harry's up in New York, where they decided that it packed such a kick that it was like getting shot by one of those guns. Kind of ridiculous when you think about it, but let's walk through it. We're going to have gin, champagne, fresh squeezed lemon juice, and simple syrup. And that's the whole drink. You can think of this as a Tom Collins, but instead of the soda water we're putting on top, we're going to put champagne on top. So if you have seen our Tom Collins videos, then you know exactly what to do. And if you haven't seen the Tom Collins video, shame on you. Why aren't you paying attention? It's really kind of ridiculous. Let's go ahead and start with our base mixture here. We're going to do gin, lemon, and simple syrup. So about 2 ounces worth of gin. Of course, you want to use an American style gin, not a London Dry, and we're going with our handy Always Highway 9 from Cultivated Cocktails. 2 ounces of gin, half an ounce of fresh lemon juice, and half an ounce of simple syrup. And again, if you guys don't know how to make simple syrup, that's a video that we did and you should be watching. And I just feel bad when people don't pay attention to these things because it can be so fun. This is the kind of drink, again, that you will make for your friends when they come over if they ask for it, or that you're going to get at a bar. Let's go ahead and put in our cube here. And we're going to shake this up because we have lemon and therefore we must shake it. So just a good 8 to 10 seconds. We're just trying to get that lemon juice combined with everything in here. As long as you have a good solid shake, that's really all you're going to need. Boom, done. All right. Make sure you get those last few drips there. Strain into our coupe glass. You can do this in a typical champagne glass. I like the coupe because the coupe was what champagne, or was originally intended for champagne anyway. Make sure you double strain. We don't want to get any ice particles, nor do we want to get any of our lemon pulp in there. And then finally, take your champagne. I'm using Prosecco. You can use sparkling wine, anything you want. Originally a champagne drink. And top it off till it gets nice and foamy and bubbly. Look at that. Remember to stop short so that the effervescence comes up and you're okay. Now this is going to mix into the drink thanks to the bubbles. You don't need to do any kind of stirring. And we'll grab ourselves a nice little lemon twist. Put that essence in there, and that's our drink. So that's version 1, and this is what you're going to find at the bulk of most restaurants. Now, there is, the original is noted in the Savoy Cocktail book, and Jeffrey Morgenthaler, who is now an authority in modern times on bartending, he does this drink a little bit different, more akin to how it was originally intended. So we're gonna grab a Collins glass, and we're gonna fill this up with broken or crushed ice. And I'm using my scooper because it is super. You didn't hear that? I didn't say it, and we're just gonna pretend that never happened. We're going to do a slightly different measurement in this drink, and you'll see why. We want to balance this thing out a little bit more. So rather than doing 2 ounces worth of gin, we're going to go with 1. It's going to allow this all to mix a little bit better, to have a flavor that's more akin again to that Collins, because we really want to be able to sip on this and feel like it's a summery drink as opposed to something that's going to shoot you in the face like a 75. It's such a weird name. I don't really get that. But I guess when you're doing the effervescence in a cocktail, it strengthens everything anyway, gets it to your system faster, and that would help explain things. So, again, we're going to shake this up. Exact same thing we did before. It's really loud when I shake it next to my ear, and I don't know if you guys can hear me. Boom. Now, here is the part that Morgan talked about, and this is the thing that I think is special and a little bit different. In order to get a properly combined drink, we're going to put 2 ounces worth of our champagne into the mixing glass. When you go to strain and pour this, it's going to be completely mixed up through the entire thing, so you're not sipping through champagne to start. This creates a properly mixed and well-balanced drink that I believe to be absolutely delicious. This, in my mind, is the way these were intended to always be, and seems to be the way according to these cocktail books. Now, I could have used more ice. I can technically use more ice to polish this up. That's the trick if you ever short sell yourself on the glass. So Colin's glass was a little too tall for me on this one, but same thing here. We're going to grab our lemon twist, and thank goodness I caught that. Twist in, and we're good to go. Welcome to what?
How much juice and simple syrup was in that?
Half an ounce and half an ounce. It said it was the same mixture. Yes, it did.
Okay.
It's done now.
All right.
It's too late.
Go ahead.
I have to do this again.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
How do I not do this again
Just
now?
keep going.
Cheers.